down from the moving car and threw my bag at me. I rolled inside the gutter. Those times I was still like, there was a time people said, oh, it's because you talk, keep short. I said, okay, let me try that. And that day, he came again. It's not the one that paid my house rent, though. I'm paying my house rent. I have a good job in an oil and gas firm. It comes from Port Harcourt, and I need to cook the best of the soup. His 1 naira is not there. And this particular day, he came, he said the food tasted somehow. I say, I'm also, and I kept quiet. Remember what that pastor told me? I did like this. After 30 minutes, he said, I am cursing him inside. And I was beaten again. One of the things why I said I brought my daughter here is that I want her to understand that she is the most important thing in life than any man. And for her to see other people, I tell my children, they are twins, they will be 10 next month. I said, nobody deserves to be shouted upon. Talk less to be eat. If you shout on my daughter, she will look at you like, are you mad? But I never had that opportunity to get that training. So the moment I realized myself, I was working that day, a master's degree holder, certified public relations consultant, and I was looking like a market woman was better than me. And that day, I went inbox to someone and I told them my story. That was why I'm telling you that you too can get help. My doors is open. I have over 7 shelters, housing domestic violence survivors. That is my ministry. If you come to my Facebook and somebody they just tag me now on a particular girl. They either tag me or tag Tony. She's my partner. We are like 5. If you tag any of us, consider it resolved because we've been there. If we have not been there, we know people that have been there. And the day I would get relief was the day my neighbors, they will see what I go through. And he came this particular day to start his craziness. And my neighbors came down and beat the hell out of him. After beating him, they said, do you want to kill her? Every 2 weeks you are not around. We don't hear this woman's voice. It's only when you come. And instantly, he said he has told me that he never wanted the pregnancy. That in as much as I'm forcing him to take responsibility, I will suffer for it. I said, sir, if that is the case, you can go. And since my children were 9 months old till date, we never saw him again. But what? I grew up. I learned. I went into loving myself, into therapy. I became a new person. I channeled my, what do they used to call this thing? When you are timid. I don't channel it into voicing out for other people. Like you people, yes, I'm saved. You can be saved. And I became an evangelist for domestic violence survivors. Why? It's not because I am strong, but I realize my fears can save other people. And that is why I'm telling you that you can as well get better. I used to be a shadow of myself. What is makeup? What is clothes? Ankara is my best clothes. Let me just wear something and go. But you can be better. You can survive. You can be empowered. I used to pack my daughter or my son to go and wash people's houses for 10,000 naira. I used to be a friend to estate agents. That if you know anybody that just collect house, just tell me. We will now go there, wash the house for them. So that I can earn money. So money should not be the reason why you should stay dead. Money should not be the reason why you should stay in domestic violence relationship. You can start from zero. I used to ask people, if the man is dead, what will you do? If the man is nowhere, what will you do? What if fire outbreaks come and ruin all what you say you are sitting with? You are ruining children staying in domestic violence, abusing home. You are ruining their future. If my mother had taken a walk from the emotional abuse she suffered from my father, maybe I would have not been able to tolerate nonsense. I tolerated it because my mother tolerated it. Must they continue? No, it's because somebody decided not to take the walk. If you decide to take the walk, you are breaking a generational chain of abusive home. Because I am 100% sure my mother must have seen my grandmother tolerating bullshit. Now, my mother now wants to tolerate it. Àkìlẹ̀ ọkọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ni má kúrò níbẹ̀ o. Bí ìyá mi náà ṣe ṣe náà nìyẹn o. Till date, I am stigmatized from my family. Because there is nobody that has taken a walk. But must I continue? I see how they live. I see the wives in my father's family. They are not happy. Thank God this thing is on record. They should prove me wrong. They are not. But because it's a family way that you have to endure sufferness. You have to endure. Let me tell you something. The first case of cancer is through emotional abuse. It's not a fire from your doctors. The first way you can easily get sick and die is abuse. You will see 40, 38 people get dying. Go and check the records. Something is wrong somewhere. You just need to relieve yourself. You just need to say, I want to live better. How do I move from here? You move by taking a step. If this person does not take you more than 1 week, go to the second person's house. If the second person, go to the third person's house. I don't want my friends to know, what are you hiding? Why are you being fake? Tell it out. Look for solution. Say it to even the people that cannot help you. You are relieving yourself of being depressed. They be ready to be talked down. One of the first things I did was that I told myself, okay, this person you are talking to, you will hear it on social media tomorrow. But I will still say it. Some of them no. But I have prepared myself for the worst. Imagine 9-month-old twins alone with a bed salary. My mother died a few months before I had them. And I took the walk. I remember that day when he came to meet me at the doctor, because he said, I cannot come to the house again. And he said, okay, I've blocked you from everywhere you can get me. Now that you have taken your decision. I said, okay, sir. I took the first twin to my back, I took the second twin to my hand, and I walked a long distance crying. And I told myself, today, January 24, 2012, is my day of liberation. We will be fine. The twins will be 10 next month. Me alone. You don't don't need to have sex or follow man before you can be successful. I can boldly say, no man can say that, oh, it's because of you, that's why you survive. People, when you work, I have like 3 businesses. You can even start from anything, nothing. What are you that you cannot wash clothes for people? What are you that you cannot dust house? With my masters, I was cleaning houses because my children must eat. You will be fine. But the first thing is, you are taking a old generation, take it boldly. You need to take that work in a way that you are telling yourself, I don't know what the future holds, but I will not repeat what has been happening in the past. I am moving away from what can cause my children sadness. I am taking all the pain now so that my children can be free. And you will take it. There was a time, it was a few months ago, somebody came into the house and shouted, my children ran inside. I smiled. I said, why did you people run inside? They said, Mommy, that shout is abnormal. I said, wow. How I wish I was still with your father. You will understand that that shouting is a normal thing. Shout. Now my children, because I took a position for them not to understand that abuse is a normal norm. Some people will say that hey, people about me shame for yamini. So the problem is a correction. Another thing I want to tell you, young people, I don't know if there are single people here. Never take a first chance as a mistake. He shout at you, take it as an evidence for you to run. Yes. He raised his voice at another person beside you. Trust me, he will raise it at you one day. You were in the traffic, he comes out from the car. And that's the one in Yara. A man that cannot control his anger is worse than the devil. A woman that cannot tolerate, maybe your younger ones come. I was telling my brother, I said that, bring your girlfriend to my house. And we know if you can marry her. Knowing the kind of children that I have. That was shameful girl. But then, he reacts, watch out for signs. Ask questions. Look at them in their family. If the father is acting somehow to the mother, you need to ask a lot of questions. Do you think what daddy is doing to mommy right? And what is wrong there? You need to understand. If you have a woman, and the woman is very, very irritated, any little thing she's irritated, any little thing, you need to ask questions. Because nowadays, it's as if the women are in competition with the men in domestic violence. Yes. Sometimes I would think that I didn't try to fight back, but I just look at it again and know it is the same parental failure for the men that is for the women. There is no child, just like a dog. My dog at home now is the way I train my dog that my dog will have. All of us came with an empty brain. It is what our parents or the society put in it. That's who we are. So if your parents put it in your brain that domestic violence is normal, what they were told, I remember my father would shout at my mother. Next thing my mom will go to this thing. I should still cook the food. Oh normal. Oh normal. My children will never see it that way. I told my daughter something. I said, hey, brother, I said it is good for you not to marry at all if there are no good men coming your way than to marry and marry wrong. And she was like, Mom, I don't even think I'm considering marriage. with all these stories that you tell me and what I say. I said, you can marry right, but do not think, love yourself. Give yourself that self-love that it takes a man to compliment you, not a necessity. If you are jobless and you think, oh, you will be paying the house rent, you are already yourself as a victim of abuse because you are already useless yourself. So the man will treat you like an object. If your reason for marrying that woman is because you want her to cook, the moment she does not cook right, you feel irritated. So you have to be empowered. The man has to be able to say, I was saying something one day and I was laughing. One man was asking me how, and it was like, okay, if you agree for me, I will not even propose to you in Nigeria. Why? Because I have developed myself. It is a man with extra progress to come to me and tell me, okay, how are you? And you will go to sign of the cross. Do everything. Why? I have empowered myself to that level. I don't see myself getting into any relationship and the man will abuse me. What will she tell you? Because number one, I have everything to take a that first minute. Live in my own apartment, having my own source of income. Even moving out to your house, it will take an extra effort. Love yourself. You can become who I have become. As the day their father walked out on us in his Highlander Jeep, I was with less than 500 naira. But I knew that this thing will never be a generational problem. Do not accept abuse emotionally. No. Emotional abuse even kills you. That head, bro. Did you see it on my head now? For me, I even suffered everything. I suffered emotional, financial, physical, all in one. To the extent now, if you found this door in a way that I'm not expecting, I go into palpitation 10 years after. So do not, it takes therapy. I keep going in and out of therapy. Because I was telling one woman there, my therapist, I said, I cannot tolerate it. He said, because you are still living in the pain of the past 10 years after. So what are we talking about? Sometimes my son will do something that is normal. I'll be like, I keep having that fear in me. So why do you want to tolerate what you can afford? The reason why most men and most women think they have to stay in the because you people are lazy. You people think you are worthless. And most of the time, it is not your fault. It is the subconscious way your partner has defined you. So you need to move away from that definition and be who you are. And I assure you, you will be much better than when you were with him. You will be like, why did I take this decision so late? May God help us all. Thank you.
Wow. Please put your hands together a little more. I don't know if y'all had the chills I had. Okay. Wow. Should we just close? Should we go? Wow. Yeah. I feel like we should take a break. We all need to breathe and take this all in. And so there's so many things that she said that a few things I want to point out. Number one, the earlier you leave that abuse, the better for you. That's one thing that caught my attention because she's telling you about going in and out of therapy. She's telling you about the mental trauma, the torture from time to time, the adverse effect, the after over 10 years. So that definitely tells you that the earlier you get out of it and get help, the better for you. Another thing that she said that also caught my attention is it's not a virtue. Abuse is not a virtue of what you are in sense of, oh, I have a degree in this and I have a master's in that, so nobody can abuse me. It was not because it was by education. She was well educated enough not to be taken for granted, yet let alone abused. But she was turned from everything to nothing by someone who wasn't even there. So even the thing she was running to, which is I want more attention, I want someone to love me, he wasn't even there. He was only there once in 2 weeks. In that time, it was torture and then back to her normal loneliness. So what was the point? Thank you very much for sharing this. Thank you so much. Please put your hands together for her again. Okay, yeah, I'm still catching cold. But our next guest, remember if you're just joining, you're a good time. We're talking about above abuse. Not below abuse, but above. We are all above abuse and we get above abuse. And I like what it says when abuse comes home. Because charity begins at home, but abuse can also begin at home. And we all forget that. So thank you for the angle that you came from. Our guest now that's coming up, I'm excited about. She was on radio, I think, last week, Saturday. She's the initiator of the Society to Heighten Awareness of Men and Children Abuse, South Zone, and Edo State Coordinator of the National Council of Child Rights Advocates of Nigeria. She's the executive director representing civil society organizations at Edo State Public Procurement Agency. She's the executive member, steering committee. They will not put us. She's the executive member, steering committee Nigeria for the Nigerian Women Project. South Zonal coordinator of the Association Against Child Sexual and Gender-Based Violence. She has multiple awards. Award of Excellence in NGOs Partnership in 2012, Top Executive in Public Administration 2015 Award of Excellence, Emerging African Leadership Award 2015, African Woman of the Year Award 2015 in recognition of her outstanding contributions to women development, child rights and sexual abuses and the violence against women. Ladies, gentlemen, please help me put your hands together for Ronke Ojekere. Come on, you can do better than that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody here present. I have
you're going to display her name, right?
I'll try and raise my voice because I really don't talk too loud. I have listened to everybody. What is domestic violence abuse? What is emotional abuse? Recognizing when to walk away. Why am I still here? My options starting all over again. I'd like to first thank Olumide, who I am meeting for the very first time. Never met him before. We've spoken per chance because he was with my sister when I called. And I said to him, Olumide, I'm going to be talking about myself for the very first time. People ask me, why do you do what you do? And Well, my organization has as their biases the rights of women and children. I would take myself for example. Uh, I don't know what to call the kind of abuse I went through. I got married at age 37. Um, I had a fantastic upbringing. Um, the day I took my husband to my father, he looked at him and said to him, I will not supplement my daughter, I will not, was it supplement my daughter's lifestyle. And I looked at my dad. My dad is a man with very few words. And he said, look at her properly. Because if it doesn't come from you, it's going to come from your family. I have not deprived my daughter of anything. I took my husband to my mother, and my mother is, we're Edos, but we speak predominantly Yorubas. And my mother said to me, "Hmm, anyway, Tobani, you will be by faith." And I looked at her. I still did not agree to what my parents had seen. But I went ahead. My parents are knighted in the Anglican Church, both of them, knights and sirs and deans. And everything the church ordinarily should do when counseling children, they waived for me, such as they needed to see uh, a certificate to show our genotypes. They said, well, if you are married at 37 and you had broken off an engagement of 10 years because you found out that the guy you had been engaged to was AS, I'm sure that you got it right this time. And then I said yes, because my husband had given me a certificate showing me that he was AA. That became the biggest mistake I made in my entire 37 years on earth that day. And I didn't ask for a reconfirmation. So I went ahead and I got married. 2 weeks after wedding, I took ill, not because I was pregnant, I believe because we had done this long distance, just beginning, just, and one nurse just told her, okay, I hope you know your genotype. My husband said to her, I think I'm AA. My world crashed. And I took one look at him and I said, you think? And he said, oh, no, 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 no. So I said, well, it should be a certificate, and it was AA. I had my first daughter 1 year plus after I got married. My daughter did not show any signs of having genotype issues. And we lived our lives. 1 year, 6 months into marriage, I got pregnant. And I went through everything. My second baby came, and by 3 months, my second baby had shown club feet, club hands to show that she was a sicker. Yesterday, in 17 years, I lost my second baby. When she showed those signs, another child? And I said, my first daughter. Oh, please, not girl. And he said, bring her. And they brought her. My wall became a vacuum. Because my ordinary lovely daughter turned out to be SS. And that was the beginning of the betrayal that I felt in my home. My sister-in-laws would call me. They would say what they want to say. I didn't take it as anything. I took it in my own stride. Why? Because I was waiting for the man who professed love to say one thing that will make me take the decision. And I prayed hard for that day to come. And then one day, I got a phone call. Ronke, I don't think that your motor jam for DVD market. I said, really? I better take picture of the motor. Turned out to be that my husband's girlfriend was driving the car. Yep. I didn't say anything. I just, when she called and the car had an accident, I said, please drive it to my parents' home. And he couldn't. So I said, drive it to the mechanic's workshop. And he drove it there. My second daughter was 3 months old. October 15th, 2003. And so she was 22. And when he came in, he was talking, I was looking at him, he was talking, I was looking at him. And I said to him, take this as the first step towards our eventual separation. I'm out of here. I was looking for one reason to leave. Because I was already living with a man who betrayed everything that I had. And I didn't get it nicely from his family, but I did not use his family as the reason why I was leaving. I used him as the reason why I was leaving. And when I got home, I removed my rings, knelt before my father and mother. I said, Dad, Mom, I have failed you. I ought to have listened to you. I then looked at him and said, your bedroom is there. Unlike my mom, who asked me who would have, because I had a cousin who came home when she had an argument with her sister-in-law and she said she was not doing it again. My mom asked her, how many times have you seen me pack my load from your uncle's house to say that I'm going? But my mom very quietly did not, she didn't say anything because she knew that I had now carried a load that everybody needed to be there with me. So when Olumide called me and sent me these options, I did not think twice. And I said to him, I'm going to take the last 2 topics, my options, and starting all over. He called me back and he said, is that what you want to do? And I said, yes. And I'm going to start talking about domestic violence. I don't know. I wish I had experts here who would give it 110 for betrayal. Because I won't say I was emotionally abused, as emotionally abused should be defined. But when you betray the trust anybody has on you, it's worse than anything that is written here. It is worse. So I'm going to be talking go straight to the discourse to begin with when survivors meet with advocates, counselors, friends, acquaintances, particularly after an issue called violence or domestic violence. One of the most common things that they ask, one of the most common, I am now into domestic violence issues or gender-based violence issues. My organization is 22 years old, maybe as old as what would have been my marriage. People always ask, many people, I'm sure they ask you, how can I keep to myself? How can I keep him away from me? What we must understand is that an abuser always tries to come back, to take control of his or her victims. I am not a feminist. I appreciate when I see male victims. I appreciate when male victims come out to speak about their abuses with their wife. And I always say to people that the first day you come out in public or wherever to acknowledge the fact that you are going through violence, any kind of abuse, is the first day to your healing processes. I say that, be you a man or a woman, I have had men come to me in the office to quietly tell me, Rote, I need to talk to you. This is this. And I said, can I call your wife? No, now they will say I'm a weakling. And I laugh. It's your choice. I will not call your wife. I will not talk to your wife. You must understand that abusers always try to downplay the seriousness of what they have done to their survivors. I never like to use the word victim because it already demoralizes whoever is going through their abuse. It demoralizes them. I mean, as a result of this, it is easy to underestimate the amount of danger the survivor is going through. It is very important to protect yourself from harm if you feel that you are being abused. I listened to my sister very well. And I said to myself, this lady got a hold of herself. In spite of everything that she was going through, she got a hold of herself. Get support, which is what many of us do not do. Support comes in any way. It mightn't be financial. Get a shoulder you can cry on. Get somebody you can talk to. Those are the kind of supports that I think that we should be looking at. Then go to a shelter, which we do not do. Seek refuge, we don't do it. When things became hard for me, I remember that I came from a home. And I went in my 90s. I was breastfeeding my 3-month-old daughter. I had my 1-year-old daughter, 1 year, 10 months, 11 months daughter in my hand. And I got home, and my mother said, when my mother calls my full name, I know that there's something wrong. And she said, awkward. And I said, really? Oh, he has come to report himself. And my mom said, oh, he says it is a metaphysical issue. My mother studied English, and my mom said to him, I need for you to come here to tell me what is so metaphysical about why my daughter has come home wearing 90 and her children are in their night dresses. And he explained everything. And my dad said, okay, I'm not the one who married you. She married you. They are your family members. And he said they would come. Till next they did not come. If you know that going to a shelter is not too good for you, go to your family. If you do not have a family that will welcome you, go to a friend who will not laugh at you. Ask your trusted family to give you accommodation. Then the next thing you should do is talk to emergency services for those who are being brutalized. Talk to emergency services. Go to the police. I don't know about Lagos, but the police in Edo State are not very friendly when they see women going through domestic abuse or any form of abuse for that matter. They tell you that it is a family issue. You should go back to your family. No woman should tolerate being assaulted in their homes. And when we say no woman should tolerate it, likewise no man, likewise no man should tolerate it at all. What is good for the goose is also good for the gander. Men should not be ashamed to come out, to speak out. I tell people, male or female, your voice is your power. And until you learn to use your voice, nobody will understand what you are going through. Know your worth. I think Funke here ended up by saying you should know your worth. And I smiled and I had said to Lumide, oh God, this woman is talking about everything I want to talk about. But not to worry, I will still come back here and say my own. If somebody is hurting you or threatening to hurt you, it can be hard to maintain your self-confidence, feelings of self-worth. You might even want to blame yourself, which is what I find many victims or survivors doing. It was my fault. No, it was not your fault. It was the abuser's fault because he has seen nothing good in you. And you are accepting whatever judgment he has put on himself. He's never going to find you, or he or she's never going to find you anything better. They will continue to do what they have to do. Remember that it's never okay for somebody to hurt you or threaten you or even threaten to hurt you. The best thing you can do in this situation is to get some support to help you plan a path to safety. Reconnecting with your friends and families can remind you of how important you are to yourself and how much other people love you and care for you. Know your rights. Fia said it. Know your rights. I have just one page to go. Know your rights. Know your rights. Many men and women do not know their rights. Very sadly. Very, very sadly. So check your rights out with a legal person. Every state has laws designed to protect you against all forms of domestic violence or abuse. I think in Lagos State they call it the DVS team, domestic violence and sexual response team. In the State we call it the sexual abuse and response team, to which my organization belongs and we volunteer. Visit them for information on how to keep yourself safe. Another pertinent question we always hear is, what can I do now? If you have any immediate danger, call hotlines. I see numbers have been growing since. Call hotlines. Some somebody somewhere would have a message for you. And then very quickly, starting all over again, I will do that in 2 minutes because I'm not going to be reading from a paper. I'm going to be talking about how I started. It took me 10 years to start all over again. I did not trust any man. You say anything to me, I think my place off. And guess what? Many of us are very well read. My spiritual husband told me, you abandon, I was doing my second postgraduate, you abandon your second postgraduate to come and marry me. That was a slap on my face. And I said, yes. And I walked away. 10 years after, I decided to try to again. I'm lucky this time because I found somebody who understood me, who appreciated me for who I was. And I said to him, no babies, not having any more children. Anyway, I've gone past the age of having any children. I said, this is what I went through. And I tabled it out and he looked at me, laughed. And he said to me, I am not exactly the bachelor I think I am. I have gone through my own state of abuses. But you know what? Let us take our past and put it behind us. By which time Sotawaka had been born. So I had heard it all, I had seen it all, and nothing anybody was telling me. Everything I wanted to do was to ensure that I grew my organization. So when women cannot talk, I come out and I stand in the gap with them and for them. And I say to them, I will be your mouthpiece. When women move out of their homes and come back to me and say, my father and mother drove me back, I go to those father and mother and I say to them, what would you rather prefer? Your daughter coming back in a casket or your daughter walking home to your house and staying with you? Then I use myself as an example that I walked out of my marriage with only my 19. And they will look at me. You and the drinking is so bloody hot. I got out because I knew that if I had remained in my marriage with two sickle cell warriors and no husband with me, though I am living in your house, I will die. When I left and my daughter died, almost immediately, she died at 1 year, 9 months. When we were taking her body away, I kissed her on her forehead. I said to her, thank you for this 1 year, 9 months that we spent together. And I said to God, Father Lord, thank you that you have taken more heavy off me. I am left with one. But God, you took this one away so that I can look after this one. I will see this child's children. And since I left my home, I have been a mother and father to my daughter. She graduated at 19. And I have had no cause. When things get hard, I always say to my siblings, I say, don't worry, you're doing good. And they're always there for me. When I call my exchange husband, and I say to him, Oluchi is in a crisis, he turns around and calls me back and says to me, if anything happens to Oluchi today, will anybody say they can't buy? That's what I get. But you know what? she's made me so proud. And she said, Mommy, I'm waiting for you to say it's coming for my graduation. I said, he's still your father. He came when you graduated from high school. And he still come again. I said, if he doesn't come again, the day you marry, the Igbo people will tell me that I should go and sit down. I hope no Igbos here. They will tell me to go and sit down under one tree, that it is them that will decide the fate of my daughter. But you know what? I'm happy for this program. When they told me about the program, I said, I'm coming. And I'm happy because unlike Benin, where we deceive ourselves that men do not go through violence, I've seen a lot of men who are sitting here and listening very enthusiastically about everything speakers have said. And I hope and I pray that they will be our he for she ambassadors, because men are the first to start saying go back. Brothers are the first to start saying go back. Go to this place. Please join your voice with us. No man, no woman deserves to live in a home where you are absolutely unhappy. No man, no woman deserves to take that applause that I have made that woman unhappy, or woman said I have turned that man into a job. That he's only going to come home when I am sleeping. So I said to you all, thank you very much. Let this message continue to flow. March, everybody has said it, we celebrate women. And men, they have their own days in June. Somebody said somebody should start talking about men. I have an organization about men. I always say, who the camp fits, let's wear it. And women cannot speak for men. I don't know where any Ministry of Women Affairs or Ministry of Gender Affairs, where they have a man as the permanent secretary. What does God to tell us? So men, I say to you, I don't know what is your own, men, or you are looking at both sides, both of them. But I want a man to stand up and get an organization and say, I want to deal with only men issues. Be shocked at the number of females that will come out and give you clients and survivors. You'll be shocked. So let us start thinking about it and help them, have a fruitful life with themselves. Not just women. Why we are hearing about women is because when it happens to a woman, everybody comes out and everybody starts to speak. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Wow. If we end this conversation today, right now, we have achieved a lot. There's a lot of message that's been passed across. Please, don't just hear this for hearing's sake. Hear this and do something about it. Tell someone to tell someone. Speak up, don't hold back. Very quickly, I want to mention that I'm sure that a lot of people have questions. So please, if you want to ask questions in person, I will be standing here again shortly to talk to you. But if you also don't want to have to ask a question in person, you want to put it on paper, if you just raise your hand, the lovely ladies behind wearing this t-shirt in gray will attend to you and give you a piece of paper so you can write your questions down. So if you have any questions and you would like to write it down, just raise your hand and those lovely ladies will come to you. I see your hand raised there. Thank you very much. So, I'm not sure if he wants to introduce someone quite important. I'm not rich to introduce them.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to thank you for waiting with us. I cannot even begin to appreciate our speakers. People coming up to share their stories, it takes another level of bravery. It is not easy for a man to come out, a woman to come out, knowing that they are live in front of cameras. Or somebody might say, this was the woman that happened. Without much ado, I want to appreciate from the Office of the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, CSP Margaret Ilodan. She's representing the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State. Briefly, I know some people want to ask questions about the police, but we will give her some time to give us. I know somebody important now. I know somebody important. So I can call her, I enter to and call somebody.
Good evening, everyone. Please permit me to stand on the already existing and I want to forgive me again for my voice. I'm a little bit under the weather, but when I was told by the Commissioner of Police that I have to attend this seminar, I took it upon myself that I have to be here. As he has said, being a barrister, still media that I'm representative of the Commissioner of Police, Hakeem Ojumosu, the Lagos State CP, and myself, as he has already said my name, I'm POC Gender Stroke Anti-Human Trafficking, states here, Yaba Lagos. So I'm very happy to be here because this is the kind of thing this way want, creating awareness against abuse. And we have today is abuse. I've seen some topics here. I'm going to talk on my options and talking about options. I'll be talking about the views of the law about domestic violence, be it domestic violence or gender-based violence, sexually gender-based violence against men and women. You know anything about abuse, people will always say, please forgive. And I will always say, no, it's only God that forgives. It's a crime, and it's a crime against the state, and you cannot compound it. It's not compatible. Allow the state to do with it. I want to use this opportunity to thank the Lagos State government. They have been doing very, very much in terms of training, in terms of giving police tools to work with through the office of the DSVRT. So, through the office of the DSVRT, they have been assisting police, giving them tools to work. Like somebody was saying, most of the time, when people report domestic violence or abuse in police stations, they will tell you it's a family issue. And it's not more like that in Lagos State. Because the Lagos State government have trained a lot of police. Right now in Lagos State, we have what we call family support units. There are about 12 of them. we have them, at least one representing every area where you have professionals who will never tell you that an abuse family issue. They have all been free. Maybe when I get up here, I'll be giving out names of our family support units where you will meet people who are trained and they are treating all this. In talking about views, I will be talking about our experiences, what we experience in police stations. Domestic violence and abuse, be it against children, men, and women, is very prevalent in our society. And some researchers are still trying to know why it is like that. In fact, it has come to a very big increase since after the lockdown, during the lockdown, after the lockdown caused by COVID-19. One of the things I would like to talk here, when this letter was related to the yes, is a very good thing. Creating awareness. You have a situation, somebody is under abuse, she has been able to, identify it. She has even gotten that impetus to talk about it. But what you get, you see family members, gathering themselves, coming to say, madam, they have 4 children. No, madam, don't scatter this marriage. You want to destroy their home. And this is a woman with wounds all over her body. There is no, the woman is already having emotional torture, physical abuse, financial abuse, because once the beating comes in, no more money for feeding. As the woman is suffering, the children are suffering. The man will not provide food again. And she has given up that audacity. But you will not see family members ganging up, coming to say, Madam, please, let's withdraw this case and let's go and settle it at home so that the family can live together. But there's one thing I want to say. Many speakers have talked about it. They have spoken about it. And the director that just left. An abuser does not change. An abuser does not change. The only thing is that when you make up your mind to leave from nowhere, maybe where you got that strength, you say, no, I want to leave. An abuser can roll up the floor. That sorry that never comes out of his mouth will come out of his mouth. But in my own experience, my 59 years in service, okay, and I have been on that domestic violence, human trafficking, I have been on that table from first CID, I have been on it for a long time. They don't change. They are filled with deceit. Is it not when I say sorry? A lot of people will think, I'm really sorry. When you take him back, it's a bigger magnitude of violence. That's what you are going to experience. Our experience in the police, it has not been easy. I happen to be one of the members of the our first ladies stakeholders forum. But the wife of the Lagos State Governor too is fighting this sexually abuse, child abuse, and all that. She's very, very this thing about it. An abuser is filled with deceit. If you can tell yourself the truth, right from when you started dating, you might be naive, maybe very young. The red flags are there. An abuser is somebody, your opinion never matters. Whatever it says is what should be done in the house. Mind you, most of these times, they are men. Though I have seen few times where women are very violent. The one I said 2 months ago, the man left his 5 million back estate house and ran to take it. Left the house for her. She had just one child. A child that has celebrated 2 years now. Celebrated 2 years. You don't have to run for his life. So, domestic violence and abuse is a serious issue. And we police on our own side, we are taking it seriously and we are charging cases to court. It will take them time to know that we are saving their life. There is one I had 2 weeks ago. A pregnant woman, she called me to one side, he said, yes, yes. Say, I can only come here to manage. Today is Monday that I brought my petition. I will be here Tuesday. Then you manage say you may not see me. I said, why? He said, I'm going to go to bed on Sunday. I said, you already, the pregnancy is already down. Say yes. The abuse started from deceit. I'm a graduate, I'm a master's degree holder, I'm a pastor, and she believed everything. A pharmacist and a pharmacologist working in a very big company. When she entered the marriage, the man did not even go to school. And the woman is from the family of intellectuals. There's no way to go tell the parents. So she started marriage. First child was already there. She was pregnant for the second one. And the abuse increased. The fashion house man is doing, he closed it down. So every morning is on the but she does not even care if she happens somewhere. 2 minutes. So, what will I have to say? We see a lot of things, and police have taken it seriously. Maybe when I go to my seat, I will give them family support units where you can go, where police officers are. You will meet trained officers. Where trained officers? Just last week, the first gender officer, she was in the state. We met with so many NGOs. We wanted them to contribute because we are trying to bring a policeman on just especially and gender-based violence cases, child abuse cases. Because what people say you have to kind of forgive some policemen. They are unaware of this crime. They are unaware of it. They are not aware of it. But now the Nigerian Police Force, we are introducing a manual. So that from the basic every police officer, where you know what are the duties of a police officer, preservation of law, protection, this, you know what gender and sexually based violence, what it's all about. Child abuse, you know what it's all about. The manual is the offering now, and it will soon be introduced from the students in this college, the highest training institutions in the place. So when I get my seat, I will talk about, I will give them family support units where you can go and lay your complaint and it's taken seriously. Somebody talked about how do you train your child. I think it's a Funke. How do you train your child? I would say mothers, fathers, do you know the rights of your children? That you're not supposed to be fighting in their presence. I would recommend Child's Right to all for every father, every mother to read it and go through and see what is. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you in person. Thank you very much. I think I have mentioned before, I've spoken to you on the phone before. So let me say a big thank you to her. Now, sometime, I think it was June, May or June last year during the lockdown. Those who don't know me, and this might remind you, my name is Chema Ibmtv. I worked with Inspiration FM. I might have called you, I did call you, about a 12-year-old girl that was raped by 4 men in Aja. I was on air when someone called me. This woman, yes. The father, yes. 4 men raped that little girl. Her father went to buy fuel to fuel the generator. And before he came back, they jumped the wall where she was washing clothes. And they grabbed her, 4 guys, and took her to an uncompleted building and held her down and took turns on her. I remember your name. When he mentioned your name, I had to go and look at my phone book because I called that day and I said, Ma, I work with the radio station. I want to know what is going to happen with this case. I was with the family. God bless my sister and a friend of mine, amazing woman, Victoria. And we were there with her till I think I left the show and went there till about 3 a.m. in the morning. I fought for that girl to get surgery because they kept saying, and this is one of the problems that we're having with abuse and these sorts of things, assaults happening. We went to the hospital. It was about 4 p.m. She was raped at about 12. But by the time we went to the hospital and we're trying to get her to come, we're saying, come down to Surulere. Yaba. That's where you can get help in only 2 Warren and Mirabel Center. But it was too late and we couldn't get there. By the time they were telling her, that was like 4 p.m. They called me at past 5 p.m. and I was on air. I simply just called my sister who was around and she rushed there. And I remember, I'm sorry if I gross you guys out, but these things are so real. She was in such a state. That little girl bled for hours. When I got to the hospital, because they had not taken her to Mirabel Center, they said, don't touch her. They just put her there. We're waiting for the next day to take her to Mirabel. She was bleeding. So I said, if you don't find your director, tell them Chema Ibmtv is here and I will toss them. And they went to get their post. And by the time the man came, he was a gynecologist. And by the time he looked at the child that had been bleeding since 12, he said, we have to operate on her. If they did not operate on her, we were there, and I was the only person that could go to the theater. If they did not operate on her about 1 a.m. in the morning, 12 1, that girl would have died because she would have bled over until the next day. 12 years. These things are real. And these same things apply when people are abused. Because if you say, let's take you to a police station to make a report, and the person cannot get to the police station because of how detrimental the case is at the moment, somebody will say, oh, until they report, we can't touch her because it's a police case. So I wish we had time to ask you questions, ma'am. Because I want to know when you go to a police station and then you've spoken to a policeman and they've arrested in court the culprit, right, the abuser, and tomorrow you hear that he has been released because he has connection. What do we do?
It's not like this.
It has happened though.
No, like this case we are talking about.
I'm sorry, you people know I love trouble.
like the case you mentioned.
Yes.
Two people are in prison for this case, right? Because they never knew anything. So what we used was forensic lab.
Yeah.
Luckily, before we got out, okay, the tool we have in prison right now, because that was why they were saying don't touch her. Don't touch that blood, so you don't contaminate the evidence. So it was true that blood that got from Wally.
Yes.
That Wally collected by themselves. Wally sent it directly to forensic. So we got about 8 people and we did a swab test. Forensic lab came to treat themselves. When they did it, the other people have nothing. The two that were found, they're in Oyo prison.
Okay. Now, thank you very much. Please put your hands together. One more thing. Do the families of these people know what happens afterwards? Because if they don't know, we can't tell everybody that the police did.
You know what happened in this particular one? Let's use this as a case study. A pastor, non-cultural,
Yes.
he later came to us and said he does not want case. And we said we want case. Apart from you call High Excellency.
Yes, because I went.
So we told him we want case. I can assure you that he doesn't know that we can call there. So we don't know that the day it is his duty to show up in court or to believe him, he himself.
One more question. When if a case happens that I get an abuser arrested and they release the abuser without my knowledge, what can I, the abused or the family of the abused, do to get justice?
In cases of defilement,
Sexual abuse, or any violence. Yes.
defilement, rape that I know, it's not believable.
What about domestic abuse? It's bearable.
It's believable.
Without knowledge.
Yes, that we are not led because our laws has a time limit amount of weeks.
Even when he's the abuser and it's there's proof.
Yes, because our laws have to reform these things. Like Lagos State law has reformed that already. This abuse we are talking about, like physical abuse,
Yes.
is believable because when we are charging that person, right now you can only charge him for assault. Maybe assault or assault with usually harm, maybe that's what we can charge him. And that's all assault of usually harm.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Me, I have just one question. You know, the way me I handle issues is different. When we come, they say we should go back that it is a family issue. Investor, they charge us 70,000 naira to rent the state. I have the woman.
It's wrong.
I said,
Your first is a family support unit, and TSART provides things for them.
they charge
So I'm going to take note of this, and I'm going to call these people. I'm going to call
the family matter. Go back to the family matter.
It's never a family.
So now,
That is why this your seminar is very, very important. I was militant about this seminar when I called you yesterday night. That's when I was informed. And I said, this is what we want. So, sensitize people that it is not a family issue. Right now, I'm talking about they are telling me the family issue. He asked for children as here. Finally, a woman is 5 years. Her parents will have taken her, put her children in school, started a small business for her. After 5 years, you now remember to have children. Now, that they said you are not the one that put this children here, and they call you at work, and he escaped to the gate of the school. Now the family that came with that yesterday it was, in fact, they couldn't see my eye. They are now coming to tell me it's a family issue. And I don't start they are married after.
But is that benefit?
It's okay.
Thank you very much.
Somebody that is carrying around, he is now contracted before me, promoting the wife. I said, no, you will do it again. You can only withdraw it off. You won't withdraw it off.
Round of applause. My office is in Adekunle, so I will be crossing the road to your office. Yes. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I want to introduce our final speaker, but I want to introduce her because I also want her to address some of the issues that will be raised, the questions in front of us right now. And she's been so magnanimous. She has decided, she said, look, I am here till the end. Let me wait for you. So I'm very excited to just let you know that this amazing woman, listen, she didn't come alone. When there's a good man, like, hallelujah. Don't let me start kabashing for you. May you find good people in your life. May you stick with good people. And may you walk away from the bad people. May you walk away from anybody that's going to bring sadness to your life. You have a right to joy, and may you be joyful. She came with her amazing husband. Let me tell you one thing I found interesting about him. Every time I was saying, we need to get men that are creating organizations for, abused men. He just kept saying, that's all I kept saying. I was like, thank you. So we need to get people who have been in that situation. Please, let's let the men speak. Men have a right to cry. The same tear duct that's in their system. They have a right to feel sad, and they have a right to be attended to and be loved and listened to. Everybody has a right to stop and feel bad if they want to, but then they also have a right to a support system. Stop saying you are a man and so you are a man. How come a woman be from you? Man, woman. Stop it. So this woman is a legal practitioner. She is also the founder of Family Laws NG. It's an online family practice platform that creates the needed awareness in all areas of family law. She is also the managing partner of AAO Legal Practice, a firm of barristers and solicitors into legal and ADR practice in Lagos, Nigeria. Please help me put your hands together for Dorcas Adiremi.
I'm sure we've been having a wonderful time here. I have been having a wonderful time. I get to come and take my food. We have to round up on a lot so that we will not take our time. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so I wanted to introduce myself by saying that I'm your sister. I am your friend. 6 years down the lane, somebody called my mother and said, I'm carrying your dead daughter. Thank God my mother was just some few kilometers away at the redemption camp. So she ran down and met me in the pool of blood. Thank God she was there at the nick of time to rush me to the hospital. I passed out for 3 days, and it was after I came back that I was hearing the story. At that point, the decision was made for me, and that was the end of the road in that marriage of 6 years. So I am a survivor. I am your sister. I am your friend. We are not speaking of the things that we have just heard. We've had experiences by ourselves. So I said I was going to speak on options and then starting over. Yeah, because I've been there by myself. A lot has been said today, and I'm going to be rounding it up on some major cardinal points. Number one, I need to let you know here that marriage is not a commandment. God did not say anywhere in the scripture that shall get married. Nowhere in the scripture. Such that anybody will tell you that don't let them scatter your marriage. Please, the covenant of life is very more important than the covenant of marriage. John 10:10 says that Jesus Christ came to give you life, to give you abundance, not to give you husband, not to give you wife. He came to give you life and to give you abundance. So you don't want to make a mess of that sacrifice. The covenant of life is very much important than the covenant of marriage. Marriage is not a commandment. If you find yourself married, it's honor. But if it is not bringing honor to you, it has become useless. There is no reason why you should remain there. I do not advocate divorce because they say God hates divorce. But God does not hate divorcee. He hates sin, but he does not hate sinner. If you die in a marriage, it does not guarantee you heaven. Your marriage certificate does not open the door of heaven for you. Do not be deceived by anybody. Let no religion, let no church, let no mosque, let no alpha tell you that without marriage you are not going anywhere. Please, sir, a failure in marriage is not a failure in life. It's only a chapter. So don't let anybody molest you by anything. Do not let anybody. Yes, you can walk out of a marriage of 15, 20 years. Forget that. Hey, where are you going to start? You will start from where you are living. That is it. I have clients who have walked out of 24, 25 years of marriage. They said they just want to wait for their children to finish school. And the man is looking like, where do I start from? The woman said she has made that decision 17 years down the line. So she was no longer alive in that marriage. She was just marketing. And the moment the children graduated, she carried her back. So I said, okay, because they have waited 17 years. But because this is a woman who has made up my mind 17 years down the line, she walked out she was going to be 51. She walked out to a building she had built, 2-bedroom apartment, and she said she's going to live here. The man is now going around to bed. What I'm saying in essence is that, see, let us remove the charade about marriage. There is nowhere it is written in the time of life that and you shall marry. No, we are the society who comes to say after you graduate, you bring husband, you be at the once. So if it is not the next thing in your life, if you are not getting job, if it is not adding honor, because the Bible says it is honorable. So if it is no longer adding the honor to you, what are you doing there? It is sniffing life out of you. And the covenant of life is important. What are you doing there? So you are the one to ask yourself these questions and to answer these questions. As to, don't forget talked on a very, very important thing. We cannot raise the new generation in silence. It will be a great error. It will be a great disservice to raise the new generation in silence because you think they are not seeing. They are the generations that speak and there are too many voices around them. Your own voice as a mother, as a father must resound in love. You cannot keep quiet. When their father is not doing right, when their mother, they are looking at you, they are forming their opinions. They will not be telling themselves that I don't mind my mom. It is only now that it is only us she can make us. When our husband is making us now, she's not able to talk. They are forming the opinion. And so they are going rebellious because what you are taking, they are not ready to take it. Nobody can talk to me like that. Is it because no, that's my mommy, that's not me. And then you raise a child that is defective from the very beginning, and you are saying that it's because your children you are not living. You are not helping us. You are creating more chaos for us in society. So you are not doing anybody any favor by staying in abusive or domestic violence relationship. You are not helping anybody. It's just you're not helping yourself. You are not even helping your children. So what I'm saying in essence is that if it is not bringing that honor, options that are available. I'm not even going to rush through all of these things. You know, Africa has said it, and a lot of others have said it. Imagine how much time and happiness you would have saved if you left at the very first sight of a red flag. We have been told that perseverance is a fruit of the spirit. It is not to persevere. No, that scripture did not mean to elongate youth. Perseverance is that you are being tried for good. So don't tell yourself, like pastors will have told you, any suru, just manage. Something that is attaching and affecting your life. The Bible does not support you to persevere in it. Please, I know that these things, religious has done a lot of havoc in this area of marriage. So that's the reason why I'm even taking it from the scriptures. So if I Bible students, let's have it together. Now, wherever the Bible has said the things that you believe in, show. I read my Bible over. When I went through my own, one of the ways I started over was to go and sit down with the scriptures and find out myself. Was marriage a commandment? Did they say if I don't marry, I won't go to heaven? And I realized that no. So I told myself that okay, I'm done. I'm done. It's unnecessary. Heaven is my goal. My father and my grandfather raised us with heaven. You must get here. So as long as marriage is not a reason, it's not a certificate to get to your logo, let me walk towards my logo by all means. You know, so what I'm saying is that at the very first sight, do not deceive yourself. Please, you have no reason to deceive yourself. At the very first time, first of all, you sit down to talk about it, and you can see the demeanor, you can see the attitude, you can see the reaction. Nobody, you don't owe your life to anybody. You are the CEO of your life under God. You are the, so you have the right to change the key of access to yourself under God as CEO of your life. So my advice, what are the options? Once you see the first sight and you know that this one is not going to help me. Now the question is, yes, you are married. 1 year, that was after when he slapped me. 2 years, that was how. Even in law, the options available to you in law, they are time bound. They are time bound. So if in the first 1 year of your marriage, you have been witnessing domestic violence that is threatening your life, you are allowed to walk out. There is the 1 year rule that you can have proof that this one is life threatening. So it's not that you are with the church that you are going to go first. And they will tell you, hold on, don't worry, let's pray. 1 year has passed. You cannot come back and be claiming domestic violence as not for the boss. It can no longer work after one. You understand? So a lot of these things, they are time bound. As they are time bound in the scripture, they are time bound in law. So you need to be able to make up your mind. And I tell people, one of the things we do at family law is premarital legal counseling. When people want to get married, they just go and get counseling in church. You do not take legal counseling. You need it because there's an assumption that you think that all you need to do is just go to the marriage registry and then they give you a certificate to take picture and it ends there. You are deceiving yourself. Because what you are signing to is more than that ceremony. You are signing away your life as a man and woman. So you must know what are the things that guide it. So in family law, we do premarital legal counseling. We let you know that you cannot tell your wife not to work. It's an offense. Don't know. Churches don't think that counseling session. We let you know that matrimony, statutory marriage is not just about God blessing you. Taking blessings in church. It's about that your altar now belongs to that spouse. You must know it. Your after now, the life you are living now, the one that will happen after you are born, belongs to either you. It is that serious. But a lot of people does not know. All they do is just go to the marriage registry, cut the marriage, and then that is it. So the foundation to all of these things is for us to know. If the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. The reason why a lot of people have abuses in the marriage is that they do not even know the purpose why they are together. So it starts from understanding purpose. If you have found yourself in it, in law, therapy is available to you. But the things that we have seen over time is that even the victims of abuse find it hard to make up their mind. Just last week, somebody called me from Highland and said that his junior sister, our junior sister is being abused by the husband, and the husband has hacked her phone, so she cannot use the phone to report or to do any other thing. She's all the way in Canada, the Highland. Yeah, so she's reporting to me in Nigeria of an incident that is happening in Onigbo, somewhere in Onigbo, Ikeja, in Lagos. So I don't think give me the address. But this person, this is your sister that I'm talking about. You know that she's been abused. How did you know that she's been abused? At least you will have a way to know that, okay, if she's the one who reported to you, what is she planning to do such that you will come into her? Nothing. I said, okay, so do you want us to go and storm our house? So that when we get there and we say, Madam, you are being abused, follow us. She's looking at us like, who told you? Why? You understand? So what I come to realize is that the abused person, it gets to a point where you know you had enough. You understand? You don't need to wait that long, but the decision is yours. As long as you are not under any lock and key that you cannot go out at all. You understand? And once just walk away first. You need to fight that war from a safe place. Nobody plans how to fight the war in the face of the war. No. You have to first of all escape to a safe place where you can now fight the war. How do you start over? You just take over yourself. You have come to this life to succeed. So you have to tell yourself to succeed, I must. Destiny is too young. I like when this brother was saying, he said he told his sister. He has not even gotten back to Lagos. He wasn't asking for approval. He said, we have gotten to the end of it. At this point, no pastor, no counselor, no. It is the end. So by the time he's coming to Lagos, it's a man whose mind is made up. Let the woman come and say, it's not a fight issue. I'm sure it's not going to go and fight that forward. Your life, you have already seen the picture. So that's the way it is. Once you step out from wherever place he is right now, he can make saner decisions. He can plan. Those are the things you do in starting over. Number one, escape to a safe place. Number two, at that safe place, you will have clarity to be able to make saner decisions about yourself. And you also need to be selfish at that point. You see, a child who does not have a father or a mother lives in this world. They survive. So at some point, you need to get selfish about yourself. It is when you have life that you can live life. What you don't have, you cannot. So I say to you finally, choose life always. The covenant of life is most very important than any other thing. So whatever is going to take your life is not walking away.
Thank you so much. Don't go anywhere. Please put your hands together again for Mrs. Dorcas Oluremi. Please. Oh, Remi. There are two Remis. Please. I'm going to ask her to sit on that chair. Then I'm going to call Adewumi Adebuke Oluremi to come back up stage because we don't enter. This is the part where if you have any question, just be throwing it to me. If you have a question, you want to put it on a piece of paper, you want to write it down, please go ahead and write it down. Raise your hand and one of the lovely ladies behind will give you a piece of paper. If you have a question, you're putting it down already, please just raise your hand once again and somebody will come and get it from you. Ladies at the back, please help me pick up anybody's paper and I will come to the audience for you to ask a direct question. The only thing I will beg you is, please, we don't want history, we want the question. And I say that because time is very short. No, it's fine. Okay, so where to start? I think I'll start with you so that you can take a breath. There's a question here, and it says, thank you for this program. God bless you all. I would like to ask, how do I tell my son who is 6 that I cannot take him to his father, whom he says he misses, and the to him. Once in a while, having known fully well, he's still the same abusive person. How do I handle the father and son relationship? That is the question I'm going to throw at Funke.
Ended up arresting me for the old day.
We love you.
When it comes to children, number one, for a son, I will tell you to keep your son away. Keep your son away till when he can understand right and wrong. I will not even advise you to allow the son to go to meet the father.
One house, guys. Thank you.
I will not even advise you to allow the son to go to the father without you. Knowing fully well that you are not safe, it's better you keep your son away till when you are safe. If the man wants to see the son, let them open up to each in a lot of places, and you also need to go with someone to protect you and your son. Because an abusive man will want to take advantage of you and render the kind of abuse or even take the child from you. So for now, children can tend to be funny, telling daddy has traveled, daddy has done those things, whatever you can tell him, until you are able to get hold of yourself, until you are able to get somebody that can be a protection while you go to sleep in, until you are able to be sure your son will not be an imitation of his father's behavior, which will still fall back to you as well. So for the 6-year-old son, a few pizza here and there will do the magic. Don't take the son to him, and don't let the son, because even in law, you can fight for your son's custody based on the fact that the pattern is abusive. If you have every proof of it, no child will want to have, if nobody wants to develop a child that will not become abusive, or they will not turn you against your child, or you will not even be able to defend your child, to take your child back, because you are sure that when you try to do that, the child will become abusive to you. Like if the child goes for holiday now, how will you want to take the child back if the man says no? Since the man is abusive, so why can't you just protect yourself and your child now till when you are able to figure it out at the long end? That's my
Thank you. Thank you. I think I want to find out from a legal perspective. 1 second though. I'm sorry guys, please can we just keep one house? Please, if you want to have a conversation, please take it outside so that we can get everybody to hear. The message is important. Thank you. We appreciate you. Yes.
Yeah, so from the legal standpoint, what I would say is that number one thing we say is that do not make children of the marriage a pawn in the issues that you have with your spouse. There are child rights laws that entitles a child to proper family life. Is it the Child Rights Law in Lagos in 2015? Is it the Child Rights Act in Nigeria in 2000? So a child is entitled to have proper family life, that is father, mother, and proper upbringing. Now, when there's an issue, when first there's a separation, for your safety, and then the child is still with the mother, is a minor, the age of 6, and you say maybe he misses his father, and then you are not sure. What can be done is an application for supervised access. And what we mean by supervised, not only you that go, the court will appoint a social worker who is going to be, an individual there from Ministry of Youth and Sports Development. That's a department there. So they have social workers. So once you bring an application, we have family laws. One of the things I didn't remember to say is that Lagos has done a lot in the area of domestic violence, child abuse, sexual abuse. We have laws and we have courts that works this law. When you even have domestic violence, police is not the first. DSPRC is the first responder in Lagos. respond to you. They are everywhere on social media. They are posting it every time. Their hotlines are reachable. It's not the line that you will call and they will say they are not available. They are every in the look and so they are the ones that will take the case, and eventually we even now have sexual violence and domestic violence courts in Kenya. That is the only thing they do in that court. We have family court that deals with just children maintenance, custody. That is even before you go and file for divorce. Access rights, maintenance rights, whether you are married to your spouse or not, as long as it's a child between you. So all of these issues, they are dealt with. They have an assessor for Lagos. So we sit, in a restorative session. The father that wants to see the child is even jail. We are not awarding custody or access to an unknown person. You cannot just sit down in one corner and say you want to see your child. No, we are seeing you. You are the one who wants to see the child. Okay, this is the place you are going to be seeing the child. This is the time that you are going to be seeing the child. And this is social worker that will be there to see the child. That's it.
And I take this a step further. Where a woman is already economically or financially abused, where she does not have the wherewithal to take care of that child, I know that there's a part of the law that has to question your ability to shelter and take care of the child. So in a case where she does not have the physical and financial capability to do that, what happens with the child? But she wants her child because she's afraid that the abuser would take it.
Well, in this instance, what you are saying is that the child is not.
No, I'm asking of this as a rhetoric.
Yeah, I know. In such a situation, one of the things, of course, it is arguably the opinion, the general opinion, that what the court will look at in granting custody is your financial ability. No, it goes beyond that. One is that the court will first of all assess where you are staying. You that want the custody of that child. If you are staying in a convenient place that you adopt and sleep and wake up and eat, it's an environment that is conducive to raise your child. That is what the court first of all considers. Secondly, is your mental ability, is your mental state that you are able to have the capacity mentally to raise a child. A lot of these matters are not sentimental. We have women who are abused and no longer have the mental capacity to raise a child. So when a child is taken from there's a biological mother and there's a biological father. So the court assess a lot beyond your financial capacity. What is pulled out is let me tell that you don't have money, you don't have work, you don't. In fact, I've sat on a matter where we took the child from both the father and the mother and put it in a home. So they are now going there to go and see their children and paying the maintenance fee to the home until they are able to. Yes.
So there's the option.
There's the option. When it's properly assessed, and then we realize that you both cannot even have proper care of this child. You don't even stay in a place that is conducive for you. Not stop because you are the biological father or because you are the biological mother. You can't just want to. And the reason why this is stress and education. The reason why a child has a birth certificate is because the child is from the body of the state. Even though you are the one who gave birth to that child, but the child is the reward of the state. So the state can have veto power and say, give us our child. When you are okay.
Okay, so let's this next question. Thank you. So this next set of questions, I'm thinking like one minute to answer because of time. Abuse, domestic violence can be dealt with in a manner of love, wisdom, and sound communication. This person says, appreciating each other will not give room for abuse or domestic violence. I see abuse and domestic violence as an act of cheating and unbalanced way. This is not a question. So I just read it. Thank you very much for your opinion. But then it links me to this question. How do we teach couples, men and women, ways to communicate issues that became issues that they want resolved objectively without begrudge? Nagging.
I think, like I said earlier, it starts from now we are adults. But for children, it starts for the children. Learn how to teach your children how to communicate without fight. Learn to teach them that how to talk without raising their voice, how to talk with understanding that the second person has an opinion. I have twins of 10, and that is done in the house. You don't talk and shout. You don't hit each other. It's a crime in my house. Now, for we adults that we are unable to get that kind of training, I think most people need to learn how to understand that the second person needs to be respected and their opinion matters. So the moment you're getting into a relationship, like what Mrs. Ojekere said, she has moved on. So we all believe that there is still happiness. People are still happily married. People still find love. But these are the things you look out for. If you're talking to someone and the person wants his or her opinion to be the last point, that is another sign. You can talk and give your opinion. Even if it does not work with you, keep quiet. Let the person air his or her opinion. If it does not tally, you both can come back to that issue another time. Alright. You don't need to flaunt it and flaunt it. Oh, what did that sorrow? Oh, what did that? There is a problem in the home. By the time you start having that, like, even if I talk, it will not matter.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I know you want to say one thing.
Yeah, I just quickly want to say it's another point and put down starting over. You see, as adults, we were raised for a world that does not exist. Our parents raised us not for the world we are in right now. Let's not deceive ourselves. So when we come to that understanding truth and reality, we would realize there's a need for us to take training ourselves for us to be able to live life such that we can transfer anything to our children. What you don't have, you can't give. You were grown up in a home where your parents shout on themselves. So how do you want to now train yourself on communication? We need to give ourselves to training. I tell people, as a parent, you must go for 21st century parenting. Do not assume that you can raise the disease around you with your knowledge. You will be wasting a whole generation. Give yourself to train. You need to learn about communication. Well, even before you plan to get married, you need it personally. It's not only marriage that this thing happens. We have workplace violence, we have everything. So you need to learn this thing for yourself. And you see, we live in a virtual world. There are training everywhere. It's not until you have money. Go on YouTube. How do you communicate? Go on. You will find all of these things and it helps you. Then when you now come into marriage, whether you have done your own training and the other person has not done, but you don't know, such that you will know what can affect you and what cannot affect you. And that's it. So let's open up to training. We need it, particularly for the Gen Zs that we are raising. These children, you cannot raise them the way you were raised, please.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm coming to the audience now. If you have a question you would like for me to, okay, just 1 minute. I'm coming to you. You're the second person. So let me get to the first story I have. Please. A quick question. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My question is to you. I also have a settlement going on. And the last you said really a very good story. In the sense that when my son became a certain way, I literally freak out. And exactly like you said, I feel like they say that they fix the from the tree. So my question is to you, you said how do I deal with okay, just being this? I don't get mad. I think I'll take on our own.
Thank you. I love you.
You see, I stood up because this is very, very, no, you have to sit down. This is very, very personal to me. One of the things I did, let me have twins. How old are they? 4. One of the things I did was to talk to myself constantly. Gabriel are different from Larry. Yeah, I was conscious of it because it is easy for us to transfer the anger of our abuse to our children. So consciously. So you need to talk to yourself. You need therapy. You need to understand see the positivity in you that you are using to train your children. So you don't carry that anger towards them. You don't carry that negative vibes of your abuse towards them. And another thing you need to do is be conscious of training your children. Be conscious of letting them know the truth from bad. What are you supposed to do? This and this. And always engage them in discussions. This morning while I was dressing up, I don't take my children out for speaking engagement. And me and my daughter had a discussion day before yesterday. I just said, oh, Kerala, let's go. She was like, no, I said, yes, I want you to be part of it. Because you know why? Even if it is what my friend said here, or anybody said here, it has not come in her head. I don't need to be there. She's out there. She knows what she's supposed to do. Then you need to understand that loving your children at that tender age will never make them to be like their father. Because you let that abusing go. Because you don't want to raise another generation of abuse. So you need to understand that. And that's not tell you again this day. Please and please and please. When that boy is acting badly, and you think he's acting like the father, kindly call him. Let him know at that young age the consequences of his action. So when you know that this is what happened, I told my son, I said, Bobo, your father gave me some marks. You are also dealing with anger. Do you want to marry and give your wife marks? This my son was 5 years old, and he said, no, Mom, I don't want to be like that. I need him to know I don't hide the truth of who their father is. It's not because I'm trying to mind, but I'm trying to let them know that there's a consequences for being an abuser. That is why I am not with the father.
Thank you very much. Listen. Don't go anywhere. I have one more that will go your mind. When you don't tell me that you don't believe our gospel, that's all. Come to me, I'll apologize to you personally. I'm not kidding. There's one more person you need to hear tonight. She will blow your socks off. I'm not kidding. One more person, very quickly.
Please, I want to ask something about the single. And you were talking about, before addressing anything about the single, I am into a certain state about a single women. I am a single all of my days. And we've been spending most of our thoughts about church and a pastor. I've been a victim of a single pastor and a single home. And I know what all of the NPOs we have, because I don't really have an NPO that talks about these women, but it's like I have gone through abuse, I have gone through rape, drug and rape, I've gone through a dysfunctional, and the church don't think it, and the God because you are a pastor, you cannot say anything. And if the woman too is another sin. We don't say the way we did that. Status quo. You should not focus on for me who have been there over 30 years. It's not an issue. So what is your position on the single? What all do you have wrong? Do we have a safe place?
Why do you want to live your life and what your pastor say? That is the first reason why we are abusing all. Why can't you live your life in a way that according to your own terms? In my foundation, Land and Support Foundation, we have programs for single people, for widows, for vulnerable people. But I am telling you right now, you don't even need these people. You don't basically need a therapist. If you need therapist, fine. But if your pastor says you are this, you are that, I am the worker in the Christian Church of God, and I stop being a worker, not because because of who the church is or what the society wants it to be. That has been the problem of every one of us in abusive home. We tend to look at what is the pastor going to say? What is the family going to say? What is this person going to say about me? My friend, am I going to be the only single about my friend? That is why we keep staying in abusive home. If you cannot pastor again and you want to be happy, stop pastoring. I am not joking. You need to find yourself before you find others. So what are you preaching? Finding yourself, you need to heal. The Bible says that Jesus Christ came for the broken hearted. You are broken already. You are supposed to be called to the altar to be crying for you to heal. And if your pastors are not there for you, find yourself.
Thank you very much. The moral of the story is know God for yourself. Know God for yourself. Don't wait for someone to hear God. It speaks to us in the language we understand. It's what our Bible tells us. Know God for yourself. End of story. Don't let me there. Okay, so I want one question for her before we go, and then before we get our guests on stage. Honorable is still here, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Honorable. This one is very personal, and I think you should handle. Been married for over 15 years in an emotional abuse marriage. Anytime mommy is upset and wants to deal with me, he backs out of the house. I will have to send people to wake him before he will go back because I caught him cheating. Now, this is the third time he packed out, and I refused to beg him. Now he wants to come back, and I have refused. My question: if he wants to deny me of the custody of my children, what will I do? Please, I am the breadwinner. He has refused to work again. Also, he was a public figure. What do I do?
Okay, to further answer that question, that house that is going and out of is your house. See, oh, okay, so if you are the happy owner of that house and somebody is going in and out, please shut the door after him. No, I'm coming there. If you are the owner, whether by land or by building, shut the door after him. Now, if he now tries, your locks. Yeah. If he now tries to come back, I want to come and contest the custody of your children, and he's the owner of the house because I just got a brief that is just like off with this. The man is a doctor, he's the one who built the house, and he has left, like he has always gone and left and always gone. So now he's gone ahead with a lot of question, and then wants the wife to leave that house with the children. And I'm saying that the only thing we are going to leave for him is life. You will take that house. The children will take that house. The wife will take that house. So please, you don't have anything about custody. The children will stay in their father's house, assuming he's even the owner of that house. So he's not going to claim custody. Either he's going to come and claim the house. So you have gotten to where you can sit down and raise your children. So what about have appetite and confidence in your heart? So when he leaves or he has left, now please change the laws. If he wants to do anything, he should go to the court. So go and tell them, dear that he wants to come and take custody of the children living in their father's house. Maybe you are not the one who said that. For further information on this, please, family laws NG. Yeah, that's family laws NG. Go on social media and Twitter. You know. So the issue of custody can come. Just not be. Please, can you just put your hands together for these amazing women on stage? Thank you so much. Thank you. Bless you. Thank you so much. Hey, Shaka, you people, you're not ready for this. You're not ready for this. Okay, coming on stage. I have a personal liking for this woman. And the reason I love this woman, she's strong. You know, when we're telling you stories about people that have been there, that you are seeing these people, you will understand that it is possible. Now, she is the CEO of Dedoyi Investment Limited, as well as the owner of Santila Foods. She's a businesswoman
with diverse interests in several sectors such as construction support, interior designs, maritime, as well as food processing. She's a strong, and I use with emphasis, strong advocate of domestic violence, having and she's a strong domestic violence counselor and co-founder of the Gnosis Health Initiative. She is married to this fine man here, Barrister Ochebi. Please put your hands together for Olaire Ochebi. No, you don't understand. Excuse me. Please.
You might be wondering what I'm doing on stage. Stage to welcome
Angolo.
Good evening, everybody. To be honest, I thought I was free. That I wasn't say anything. Okay, so I want to start on all existing protocols, and I want to also say a big thank you to all our speakers. I mean, the stories, the lessons, they've all been very, very beautiful, and I'm glad that you're all here. I'm also saying a big thank you to all of you that came here. I'm sure you have learned one thing or the other. Am I correct? You're not going to leave here the same. You are here, you are leaving here better. So, Chioma said something. She said, I'm a very strong advocate of domestic violence. Yes, I am. And the only reason is because I have been a victim. I'm married to this wonderful man now, but I've been in a very terrible first marriage. When I say terrible, very, 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 very terrible. All the different forms of abuse was present. The physical, the emotional, the financial abuse, they were all present. And there's no time, because if I start saying my story now, I'm sure we're not going to live here. When I married this man at a young age, I was in the university, I thought I was in love. And he's an older man, 12 years, older. And I thought, okay, this man knows what he's talking about. He's, at this age, at 31 or so, 32 was 32. He should not be playing around. He's mature, he knows what he wants. And I told myself, wow, my mates are sleeping around, my mates are jumping from one boyfriend to the other. And this is the man that is serious, so I'm the lucky one, that's what I thought. And then I got into it. And one abuse after another, the beating started 6 months while I was 6 months pregnant, for leaving a cup on the table. For leaving a dirty cup on the table. I took water, and water, cup was there for the water. And then, the way the hand on our banner is, and four slaps with all the 5 fingers, shows. And that's how the abuse started. And it went on for 8 years. 8 years. Until one day, I told myself, enough is enough. I tried parking out several times before then. But this DJ, after beating me, I ran out of the house. I ran out to one Elijah. At that time, that woman happened to be the owner of the office, the building he was using as an office. And I ran to her house because by that time I lost my mom. My mom was late. So I ran to her and said, look, my mother, this man wants to kill me. I want to leave. And he traced me down to Elijah's house. Found out I was there. I started banging on the woman's door, not minding the fact that this woman was his landlord. Started banging on the door, telling her that if she does not produce me, he was going to break down the door. So he left for a while because he had gone. And the woman said, like, run to your mother-in-law's place because if this man comes here, he's going to destroy everything here. I said, he was to 11 at night. We're living in Festa. The mother was living in Ajambadi. So I said, let me still take the risk that time of the night and run to the mother's house. Not knowing that he was sending adoption of the clothes. I came out, and the next day, he took a rod something. If I can't have you, nobody else is going to have you. I'm going to bring down your eye. I'm going to cut your leg so that you'll be made for life. All of this. At this point in time, I was not saying a bad thing. Like I said, I'm just summarizing. I had a broken back after our first child from his beating. The doctors even thought I would not be able to bear children again. So I was still not saying that. And then this man is saying he was going to cut out my eye, break my leg, and leave me maimed for life. But I made up my mind that day. After he beat me, tore my clothes, he took the intervention of the Elijah's children, who took off his shirt to cover me. In the process, he even removed the woman's wrapper, while he was pushing her, and then that woman placed a curse on him. But that's a story for another day. I decided to give you a preview into my past life, because some things I'm going to be telling you now, some of you might say, she hasn't gone through it. Why is she talking like this? It's not easy. Some of you will say it's not easy, and I can tell you, yes, it's not easy. For the better part of my life, I was depressed, I was lonely, I was sick, physically, emotionally. But the day I made up my mind that enough was enough was the day I got my freedom, even though I was still in that house, and I started planning my exit. So today, I want to talk on how to move on after an emotional, physical, marital, financial abuse or violence. Because like the last speaker, I didn't remember the lawyer, Dorcas, yes. She said, you came to this life to succeed. Christ did not tell you to come for marriage. You can choose to remain single. If you want to be single, you can choose to remain single. Like Paul said in the Bible. So the first thing to do, how do we move on? How do we move on? The first thing is that after accepting that you are being abused, the next step is to conclude within yourself that I must not die here. You have to tell yourself, it takes a conscious effort. Many women tell you, you will change, you will do this, or she will change. Some don't believe that they are being abused. Do you know that? Some don't believe that they are being abused. They feel, okay, it's part of the ileko, of the ileko. But I can tell you, beating, abuse, any form of abuse is not ileko. It is, you don't need that knowledge. Nobody needs to beat you to tell you, for you to know that your back can ache if somebody beats you. You know that. Nobody needs to beat you to tell you that your hand will pain you if something is hit on it. You don't need those kind of knowledge. You don't need that echo. I can tell you that. So the first thing to do is to know that there is a need to move on. Secondly, you need to know that you are not at fault. You are not at fault. If you have been abused one way or another in any relationship, whether you are married or you are still dating, many women feel that, it's my fault. Am I correct? Or, this is you feel that when he was talking, if only I kept quiet, he would not have beaten me. If only I had spoken up, he would not have done this. I can tell you, I was a it's not at all. I was a for 8 years. When I said big time, I keep quiet. So I was a because I was brought up to respect people. And because it was over 10 years older, I felt that no matter what, my respect. So what he looked would not even make me look up at him or respond to him. I kept remembering my home training. And I remember one time I told a friend, my friend said, "Can you hear home training? But home training is that money now. How can a man be beating you and you're saying home training?" He said, "We're not brought up to disrespect." Another reason that I went through all that was because my parents my sisters and my mom told me not to marry him. So when the meeting started, I don't know where to run to. I had no one to run to. I could not tell them. When they asked me, like, "How is it?" I would say it's fine. But I was having bruises. So we need to accept that you are not at fault. It is all about the abuser. It is all about the abuser. Number 3 is to know that your abuser has a problem. He or she, because we hear of women abusing men. I've seen that before I married Olumide. I used to think it was only men that abuse, women. Until one night I went to visit, and I was at my mother-in-law's place, and I heard a couple fighting, and I told my mother, "I said, you want to know your home?" By the time he wanted to intervene, we found out I was the wife that was beating the husband, even stabbed the husband. And the husband had to be rescued through the balcony. The woman had locked the door and said she was going to, maim that man. So when I'm talking about the abuse, I'm talking about both sexes. Sometimes I use man more, but I'm talking about both sexes. Now, number 3 is that you have to know that the abuser has a problem, not you. But you see, the problem that we women often make, the mistake we often make, is that we feel that we are fixers. Going into a marriage, we feel that, "Oh, he smokes, I can change him. Oh, he drinks, I can change him. I heard that he's a womanizer, I can change him. Oh, now he's married to me. I'm beautiful, I'm sexy, I'm hardworking, I'm this and that, I can change him." You are not a fixer. You have to get it. Let me be raw. Women, get it in your thick skull. You are not a fixer. That person had grown up. That woman, that man had grown up a certain number of years before you met him or her. They are adults. They have developed their own character. So you are not a fixer. In moving on, you have to know that. Another thing that you need to know, which is very, very, very important, you have to get angry. You have to get angry. You have to get really mad at the situation that you are in. When I say angry, I'm not saying God fighting you. If he's bigger than you, he will you and kill you. But you have to get angry. You know what they call holy anger? You have to get angry, and then you channel that anger to something really, really positive. Ask yourself, this anger, what can I channel it to? Is making myself better? Or towards my children, my business? You have to get angry and channel anger to positive things. But I want to put a caveat to this. The most important thing that you need to channel your anger towards is you. Like I think Foke answered that question. You can't give what you don't have. I can't remember who answered. You can't give what you don't have. So you have to be a better person first before you can make your children better or your business better. So channel your anger towards that. You have to be determined. One of the things that helped me, let me tell you, one of the things that helped when I moved out, because when I was moving out, my ex-husband then told me, he found that I packed my boxes and all that, and I was trying to sneak out. He caught me, beat me up that day as usual, and they said, "Open your box." This cloth that we are wearing, I was in the jeans and t-shirt. I said, "I bought this cloth for you. You want to leave me? Go and get our marriage certificate." Because by that time, I moved my documents out of the house. He had tried to burn them. So I moved them out, the originals. He found out that the marriage certificate was not in the house. He told me to go and get it. He said, "Come. This jeans I bought, this top I bought, this shoe I bought, help your box. If you want to go, help your box. And this clothes, for this one, don't wear this one, don't wear. It is as in strip me naked. You don't look at my box and say, oh, this is Iran. I think I'm the one that bought it. I said, I bought it. I said, no. I don't want the one you bought. This is my money. Okay, this one your mother gave you. It's not your dad's. I'm not saying it. My mother like to share. This is you wear. Wear don't pass. Get 200 naira. Go and bring my marriage certificate. I will look for another woman that will stand with you, that will divorce you, so that you will not take anything. So I left the house, block slippers, a ram boba, and 200. Just go to my house, my parents' house, I want to see at the time. So nobody to come back. I left. You see, when I actually left that house, I told myself, I am going to show this man that I can be better. That was my purpose. I had nothing. I left the house with nothing, absolute nothing. To the extent that when I got my first, it was an 18,000 naira. I was a graduate. I got a job for 18,000. Transportation was 16,000 naira. I had 3 children to feed, 2 boys and a girl. But I was determined. I told myself, even if I have to borrow money before month end, I'm going to make myself a better person. I'm going to show him that I can do better. And I took the job. Before month end, I'm already borrowing money towards next month. And then I asked my boss, I said, Madam, what more can I do? I'm working as an office assistant. What more can I do? She said, can you market? I said, I will market. But you have to start going out and start marketing. You will get 2% of everything you bring in. And I went out. And God was so good to me. The first contract I got in was 1.8 million. Please calculate 2% of that. For me, it was money. It was money, big money. And that was how I started. For you to move on, you must be determined. Another thing is you have to find something to do, no matter how small. Ordinarily, people that anybody who are taking that job, they use 16,000 naira as transport. They are collecting 18,000 naira. They are going to eat. Your children will eat. Will you take that kind of job? That's how we know. But I took it. Why? Because I just wanted to do something. So you need to find something to do. Another thing, I'm trying to round up because of my time. Another thing you need to do is get a support group. It's very, 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 very important. It could be your friends, it could be your family members, it could be anybody. Someone you know, people you know that when you talk to, you can leave not for money. Because if you start asking people for money, you become a burden and they won't help you. But find a support group. Some people that can help you when you need to share ideas, when you need to brainstorm, when you are feeling lonely. Please find people that can be there for you emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Number 9 is to pray. Whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a pagan, whatever your religion, pray to that person, that God that you believe in. Because you need it. You need to be strong. You need to be strong. And lastly, I need you to know that it's okay to cry. It is very, very, very okay. When you feel overwhelmed, when you feel tired, it is not a sign of weakness. It is not. The only caveat to it is this: don't let your head be in the sand all the time. When you cry, shake yourself up and then pick up again. When you cry, pick yourself up. And I'm sure that if you take note of some of these steps, these are things that I have done that have helped me. I have my own businesses now, I have my own company, to the glory of God, but nobody handed me anything. It was just because I was determined to show him a pen. And when he died, I remember that I cried. People were asking me, why are you crying for an abuser? I said, I'm crying because I wanted him to remain alive to see where I will get to. Thank you.
Thank you so much. initiative is doing an amazing job in so many ways, and we appreciate you. My name is Bichama Bibi. I'm not the big woman. I'm handing over to the owner of the business.
Thank you very much, Choma. Been a wonderful support from day one that I got the inspiration, and she has been the one packaging us, do like this, do like that, let's do this, let's do that. And till finally I am who I am today. Thank God for the people God sent into our lives. Please, a round of applause for Choma. Thank everyone that came today and stayed. It's not easy. I heard the tanker fell across the mountain of Africa. Traffic, people have just been sending messages and pictures that they're in traffic. But thank you for beating traffic and coming and waiting to the very end. God bless each and every one of us. Thank you very much. This is the round of applause for this. Now, for the final vote of thanks, I want to acknowledge my mother who is in the house. My mother came. Where is she? Please, where is my mother? She went outside. She said the AC is too cold. So she has been changing seats. So finally, she went outside. That is my to praise someone that is not sacrifice. It's not easy to be my brother, even to be related to me. This boy is not there. Thank you. Maybe you have a few words.
Ladies and gentlemen, just the only thing I will say is that you must all be able to decide men and when you have children, try to know the interest of your children. Don't impose anything on your children, but support them with prayers, financially, and good behavior. But to practice independence, embrace you. But the most important thing is they should be God-fearing and they should then know who they are in Christ and what they are in the world and try to emulate. It's a visit my company state, but that's fine. Thank you.
Thank you. She was the chief patron of Lagos Island. So you know how we praise God. I want to especially appreciate Honorable Femi Afikwe. You know he's really a father to us, and I would like to welcome him to the stage to close up, to close this event. Thank you very much. He has been a
Where will I start? I give God glory. Now, I have to be here. I have said my name is Honorable Femi Abiola. The political leader, the stakeholder, supervisor for all the Lagos State Amendment. Finally, thank you to the called the group founded in 2004 to this present time. I'm going to talk in 3 ways before I give my prayer. First of all, I thank God for knowing Olaide, Adedoyin, Omonsebi, and very idea like this. Going to market selling not and beware. I said, Madam, please, I want you to bring your market to my house. Say, we are. I said, yes. Are you not selling? You take my car. I thought this was this kid today. And that very day, I just told them, Madam, you are very for today. I'm going to give you support for your business. I'm going to give support to my group. As of today, the mission of both the group. She don't know the point that you are going to do it too. They don't do it, I'm not like it. So at every event that we do, either in Lagos State or the local government, I always ask people. Because what we want for you is to be connected, is to be influenced to it. But today, I do that time. You must go and get remarried. Don't tell me any story. That you following me, and people will be no. But a special person to me, you must be married. And to God be the glory. When she told me she's doing her marriage very, very soon, I said, I don't think that goes so. I hear it there, but they are delay. Today, God has done it for me. That their father, and I continue with their father. Yellow bear. They may not similar to you, but I just tell you this. Every talent that you meet, be focused and plan. Years back, my own first wife, I thank God I did not do what this Oruka marriage. God will you. I will come and I say, you know the flower, but you know the flower. We think that doing it for purpose, for pleasure. We want people to come and eat and do everything, but they are not going to do it in your house. When I got my wife, when I first leave my mama told me, he said, I want me. I thought I got somebody that would be my life better. Not me that I have got two children before my own. The mother cooperated at that time. So it's a video. She beat me to the extent of putting pepper in my car. I can't go to bed. My eyes is not anything. I don't without glasses. She will beat me. But I didn't on under her bed. Who are better than you? She was so beautiful. She was like, take care of your child. What do you mean? But I tell my parents, God they did not support our marriage. That's the truth. Just to accommodate. But last one she did, she removed all her clothes from the wardrobe. And she told me, I am leaving and I'm not going to children. I thought it was 7 years, second one was 5 years, the third one was 3 years. But today, they are graduates. For complete 2 years, you are just at home. But today, they are graduates. I thought, don't go to Canada and come back. That if you go to Canada, that day, Nigeria, they might be see. They go into a disorder. But today, I thank God. I married after 23 years. Yes. Today, I'm 67 years. Going to 68. As I'm standing here now. So I've got a lot of experience. But whatever happens, just to thank God. I don't go to church. I didn't want to. It was not a good church. You are part of the speed. But today, I can tell you the number of people and people who go. That's why I love this program. Finally, this program, this man, I want to promise today. I'm living here. I'm going to start with you on this your name. The government will give you a letter. The letter will come from the governor to the commissioner to all local government that is going to give the from this place, we will go to 27 local government this year birthday to your program. You are coming. You and your will be coming to celebrate my birthday by giving people seminar. Like they can say it. I told you she's my way to make my job. Because Senator was in good you. One that was again you. But I know what that means. She back below. I tell you, listen to say. Is it better of me? What they want? But the Lord, what they want? Between what I feel to you and God bless you. When you call me, you satisfy me to me. I'm going to sleep. Your witness to me. Coming from home, so it means, and it talks about only give up. Don't lose focus. Don't lose your talk. Don't place off.
Someone sent it to my group for my that my friend from Canada.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. God bless you, sir. So we've come to the end of this program today. Like I said earlier, I hope we've all learned one or two or three things that we can take home. Thank you so very much to all of you. I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Amber Frank Classes, Oyeomi Foundation, IBM TV, Nigerian Info. Nigeria. So once again, thank you to all of you. God bless you and hope that we'll see you there. Companies on your way out, please make sure you have your food, drinks is ready. Thank you.
What do you do? I'm just saying, I just
Thank you.